Robbie and Jay here from the Fitter Iron Project. What we're going to do today in this video is just go over a very common area that most people have issues with regards to mobility. So we're going to look at anterior hip flexibility, so the hip flexor and the quads. So what we're going to show here is a little test we can do called the couch stretch that we got from Kenny Surratt. So Jay's just going to get in position to the actual stretch. So this can actually act as an assessment as well. So if you have someone who struggles to actually get into this position, Jay's not too bad, just show maybe someone. If you actually have someone who physically cannot get into position, they're actually like this instead of showing what it should look like. This, you have issues with flexibility in the front of your hip, so it could be again the quad or the hip flexor. So we're going to show you some corrective exercises that we can do for that. Now the reason why we want to correct this is because it will help us to squat and deadlift better, it will reduce back pain, it can actually potentially help you to burn more calories, because if you have greater range of motion in your hip, you'll be able to swing that kettlebell further, you'll be able to bring that deadlift up higher, and also lock out your squat better, therefore you'll be able to burn more calories. And also it's going to reduce your risk of injury. So some of the corrections we can do are some foam rolling, and then we can do a glute bridge to fix or hold in that mobility. Once we open up that hip, we want to use an exercise to maintain that range of motion. So Jay's going to show that there now. So if you get a foam roller, now if you don't have a foam roller, they're very cheap to buy, or else you can use something like a PVC pipe, or even like some people I've seen use full water bottles even, but you know, they're fairly cheap to buy, only 20-30 euro. And Jay's really going to work from the top of his hip bone here to just above his knee, and not only will he work on the front part of his quad, he's going to also work on the side part, and obviously he's going to do both legs. So he's going to do that anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe 20 rolls, so that might take a minute, minute and a half. And then after that he's going to do a glute bridge. Just hop to your back real quick. So what he's going to do is hug his knee into his chest. This is to ensure he doesn't get too much motion through his low back. He's going to push his heel of the down foot through the ground and hold for a second, and really squeeze his glute. So he's going to use up that new range of motion he's got in the front of his hip and the hip flexor and the quad. After he does about 5 reps each side, we'll retest his stretch against the wall. So you guys can do this at home, and he should feel that he's got a bit more range of motion and should look better.
And how long should the whole process take?
About altogether, 1 round of that. What would you think?
5 minutes or more.
Perfect.
Alright guys, see you next time. Bye bye.